Hey guys, today we're going to be going over how to edge our flower garden, how to pull the weeds in our flower garden, and how to prep them for springtime here. Some of you guys know how to do this, and we've done it in class already, so it'll be review for you. So let's get started. Anyway, let's first of all go over some of the tools we're going to need. We're going to edge this flower garden right here, and over the next couple of days, if you look around, we're going to pull the weeds and get everything prepped for all these flower gardens. But it's a big project, so we have the gardens over here. We've got gardens around the other side of the house. We've got some in the back. We've got them virtually all over. So one day at a time. This is a good break for us. We're gonna get started. So anyway, some of the tools that you guys might have around your house if you wanna do this at home. You may need a wheelbarrow. I've already cleaned out the flower beds, so they're all pretty much done, but they were full of leaves and last year's growth, so I had to trim that stuff back and clean it all out first. All right, I still have some of last year's mulch. Since we're on shutdown, I'm just going to turn the mulch over rather than go buy a new mulch this year. Rather than go drive around and spread virus, I will just make do with what I have. So I've got the wheelbarrow here. I probably won't need that today. We've already used that to clean the flower beds out, and I just dump my debris out in the woods somewhere. If you don't have that availability, you can put it in garbage bags and have your garbage man pick it up, or compost it. If you guys, we've built the composting bins and sold the composting bins out by the playground. You could use that or build your own composting bin. So anyway, let's get started here. So the different kind of shovels you may have at home this is an edger. This is what I'm going to use today. This works the best. I don't always edge like this. So what I like to do is at the beginning of the year when the ground is really soft and it's wet like this, I like to go around with this kind of edger and get a nice solid edge. After I have the edge done, I can pretty much weed whack that for a long period of time without having to re-edge. So this is the tool. I know it's a little antiquated, but this is the one. I've used motorized ones. I've used lots of different things in the past. This seems to work the best, and once you get a technique, it goes relatively quick. The other kind of shovel, if you don't have that at home, is a spade shovel. This is called a spade shovel here, and you may have that kind of shovel at home. This wouldn't make as straight of an edge, but it would still work if you wanted to use this. This would be a little better if you had a flat shovel, better than the spade, not quite as good as this. This is going to be your best option, but this too would work if you needed to make do with something. Some of the other tools you may need are going to be your rake, all right, to clean up the mess if you have any mess at the end. Some safety PPE is pretty much all you're going to need in this particular case is your gloves. I've got so it's wet out, so I've got my duck boots on, or muck boots, I guess they're called, right? So I'm going to put my gloves on. Some of the hand tools you may use are going to be your little spade. And you use this guy here to pull weeds to get the roots out deep if you need to. I pretty much got all the weeds out of this garden. Well, here's one. Here's some over here. If my camera woman wants to zoom in for me, you can use this to you pull it and you push around and the weed comes out like so to try to get the root down as deep as you can. I'm not exactly a pro gardener, but it works and does the job. All right. So, all right. Now let's get started edging. Once you get it all cleaned up and get the weeds out of the garden, the next step is you're going to make a nice edge around the flower garden. So how I do that is I'm going to start wherever. I can kind of see my edge from last year, but it's all messed up from the snow and the rain and just wear and tear from last year. You can see it's kind of run off into the grass there. Eventually I'll plant new grass here this spring, but what I want to do is try to clean this edge up and make it nice and pretty. So what I'm going to do is I take my edger, I put my foot in there just like so, and I start making an edge. All right, just like so. So you see the pattern, it's just like that. I work it back and forth, something like that, and I go along the edge. And then after I get it done, I'm going to take it and I push it up in the flower bed like that, is to create like a hump in the flower bed. All right, I'm going to continue along. I mean, there's lots of techniques. I live out here in the woods in the country. This works. I mean, there's edging you can use. Some people use brick borders. If you look around my yard, we have a rock border for an edge in some areas. You can do whatever comes to mind, be creative, but this is cheap and efficient, and the downside to this is you have to, you know, maintain it, which, like I said, I'm able to do pretty much with a weed whacker throughout the year. I might have to come back once a year and work on my edge again with this hand tool, but you can see if I would shut up and just work, I would be able to get a lot more done and accomplished, but it goes relatively quick. And then what I do is after I get a nice edge, since I'm going to be reusing my mulch, one technique you can do is take this tool and like I fluff the mulch up and I twist it, kind of like when we're hoeing the mortar in a wheelbarrow. I just loosened last year's debris up, and I'm gonna mix this all together to make it look like it's just been, you know, installed as brand new mulch. It won't look quite as decent as a brand new mulch job, but you know, we're gonna have to make do with the way things are right now by not having our stores open, and we've got some time on our hands, so we might as well make good use of it. So after I get it all mixed up like that, I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna spread it all out nicely like so. All right, you guys get the idea, right? This isn't rocket science. But honestly, it feels good to get outside, get your hands in the dirt a little bit. I'm sure your parents will appreciate any work you do around the house right now. I'm sure they're worried about people and things right now, so being helpful will be helpful, right? So that's basically the gist of it. We got a lot of work to do here. I got to go all the way around this flower garden and all the way around. You guys want to take a walk around and see what we got to do? We've got to do this flower garden. We got to do the one out front here, which the flowers are coming in nicely. We got to do this one over here. Are you coming? And then around the back. That'll be good. Anyway, why don't you guys, the assignment's going to be, if you have something to do like this, that would be great. If you can't do this, if you don't have the right tools or something, be creative and find something to do around your house and send me a reply and let me know what you've done. It can just be brief. You know, you can explain, you know, I have some tools around my house. I would like to do some landscaping like this, or I don't. Anyway, just give me a reply and let me know, and that'll be the assignment here for today. Hopefully you enjoy the lesson, and hopefully you can make good use of it. Have a great day, guys.